You know that feeling when you wake up in the morning, and before you even get out of bed, your knees are already talking to you? Or maybe your lower back has its own opinion about how the day should go. If you're over 65, I bet you've had those mornings. And here's what's really scary. What if I told you that the very stretches you're doing to help those aches might actually be making things worse? That's right. Some of the most common stretches people do, the ones you see in magazines, or even the ones your doctor might have casually recommended, could be silently tearing your muscles, straining your joints, and setting you up for even more pain down the road. And today, we're going to talk about exactly why that happens, and what you should be doing instead. Hi, I'm Betty and I'm so happy you're joining me today. Before we dive into this important topic, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up and comment below telling me where you're watching from. I love connecting with all of you from around the world, so now let's begin. Let me ask you something. Have you ever done that classic hamstring stretch where you bend over and try to touch your toes? Maybe you've even held onto your ankles and gently pulled, thinking, this'll loosen me up. Well, what if I told you that for most seniors, that stretch is doing more harm than good? Here's why. As we age, our muscles lose elasticity. Our tendons aren't as flexible as they used to be. And when you force a deep stretch like that, you're not just lengthening the muscle, you're actually creating tiny micro tears in the tissue. And over time, those little tears add up. They lead to stiffness, weakness, and even more pain. But it's not just toe touches. Another big culprit? The neck roll. You know, the one where you tilt your head back and slowly roll it in a circle, trying to loosen up that stiffness. Feels good in the moment, right? Well, here's the scary truth. That motion puts dangerous pressure on the vertebrae in your neck. And if you've got any arthritis or degeneration in your spine, which, let's be honest, most of us do after 65, you could be grinding those joints without even realizing it. So what should you be doing instead? We'll get into that in just a minute. But first, let's talk about one more stretch that's secretly working against you, the seated forward bend. You've probably seen this one in yoga classes or physical therapy. You sit on the floor, legs straight out, and reach for your feet. Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. For seniors, this position puts massive strain on the lower back. And if you've got any disc issues, even mild ones, this stretch can aggravate them, leading to pinched nerves, sciatica, and even long-term damage. Now, I know what you're thinking. If I can't stretch like this, what am I supposed to do? Don't worry, we're going to cover the safe alternatives in just a moment. But first, let's talk about why these stretches are so risky after 65, and how you can tell if you've already been doing damage without realizing it. So now you know, those stretches you thought were helping might actually be hurting you. But here's the good news. You can stay flexible, relieve stiffness, and keep your muscles healthy without tearing them apart. You just need to swap those risky moves for smarter ones. Let's start with the hamstring stretch. Instead of bending over and reaching for your toes, which, as we talked about, can strain your back and tear those tight muscles, try this instead. Lie on your back near a doorway. Extend one leg straight up along the doorframe, keeping the other leg flat on the floor. Gently rest your raised leg against the wall. This way, gravity does the work for you. No yanking, no straining, just a smooth, controlled stretch that protects your joints. And here's the best part. You can adjust the intensity just by scooting closer or farther from the wall. Now, what about that dangerous neck roll? Ditch the full circles, they're just grinding your vertebrae. Instead, try the chin tuck. Sit or stand tall, shoulders relaxed. Gently tuck your chin straight back, like you're trying to give yourself a double chin. Hold for 3 seconds, then release. This strengthens the deep neck muscles without putting pressure on your spine. Do 5 of these a few times a day, and you'll notice less stiffness, and no more scary crunching sounds. And remember that seated forward bend? Here's your safer swap. Sit in a chair with one foot flat on the floor and the other leg extended straight, heel on the ground. Keep your back straight, no hunching, and hinge forward slightly from the hips. You should feel the stretch in your hamstring, not your spine. If you don't feel it, that's okay. Never force it. Over time, this gentle version will improve flexibility without the risk. But here's something even more important: listening to your body's warning signs. If you've been stretching the wrong way, your body's probably been trying to tell you. Do your muscles feel sorer after stretching, not looser? That's a red flag. Do you hear popping or cracking noises when you move? Another warning. And if you ever feel sharp pain, not just discomfort, during a stretch, stop immediately. That's your body screaming, "This is hurting me." Now, let's talk about one of the most overlooked dangers: overstretching weak muscles. If your muscles are already weak, maybe from sitting too much or just natural aging, stretching them aggressively can make them even weaker. Think of a rubber band that's been stretched too far too many times. It loses its snap. Your muscles are the same. So instead of just stretching, we need to strengthen them too. That's where gentle resistance exercises come in. You know what they say: if you don't use it, you lose it. But here's what they don't tell you: if you only stretch it without strengthening it, you're still losing it, just more slowly. That's why the final piece of the puzzle isn't just about avoiding bad stretches, it's about rebuilding what years of sitting, slowing down, and yes, even those harmful stretches, have taken from you. Let's start with your core. Not the six-pack abs you had at 30, let's be real, most of us traded those in years ago, but the deep muscles that wrap around your spine like a natural corset. These are the muscles that keep you standing tall, protect your lower back, and, here's the kicker, make every stretch safer. Try this: sit on the edge of a sturdy chair, feet flat. Now, pretend someone's about to tickle you. Gentle pull your belly button in and up without holding your breath. Hold for 5 seconds, release. Do this 10 times a day, while waiting for your coffee, watching TV, and you'll notice standing hurts less within weeks. Now, let's give those fragile hamstrings some real support. Remember the doorway stretch from earlier? Here's its perfect partner, the standing leg curl. Hold on to a countertop, shift your weight to one leg, and slowly bend the other knee, bringing your heel toward your butt. No need to touch, just go until you feel the muscle working. Do 8 per leg. This strengthens exactly what those dangerous toe touches were tearing. But here's the life-changing part: your daily routine doesn't need to be complicated. In fact, the simpler it is, the more you'll stick with it. Try this 5-minute morning sequence. Chin tucks, 2 sets of 5, to protect your neck. Seated hamstring stretch, 30 seconds per leg. Standing leg curls, 8 per side. Belly breaths, 5 rounds of that core activation. Do this before your first cup of coffee, and you'll move better all day. Now, I want you to promise me something. When you feel that urge to crank your neck side to side or fold yourself in half to touch your toes, stop. Remember what's really happening inside. Your body isn't 25 anymore, and that's okay. What matters now isn't how far you can stretch, it's how strong and stable you can stay doing the things you love. Whether that's picking up your grandkids, working in your garden, or just getting out of a chair without groaning. So tell me in the comments, which of these safe swaps are you trying first? The doorway hamstring stretch? The chin tucks? I read every single one. And if this video helped you, do me a favor, hit that like button, share it with a friend who's still doing those dangerous neck rolls, and subscribe. Because we're just getting started on helping you move better, hurt less, and enjoy your years ahead without fear. Here's to stretching smart, not just hard. Your body will thank you for years to come.